CJ, has Hoyt arrived yet?
Nope. Mr. Macklin just arrived.
That means he's about to make his pickup, CJ. Let's get on that car phone and see what happened to Hoyt. Got the money, CJ?
No, Hoyt.
I'll have to take him myself.
Macklin, now give it up, it's all over.
Houston. CJ, no, I'm not.
That's very sure that you banged your ribs up pretty good. Now, there'll be some pain for a while, but if you give it some rest, you'll be as good as new in a couple of weeks, and everything will be fine.
Thank you.
Oh, there's some forms you'll have to fill out. Nurse Brown, would you assist Mr. Houston?
Of course. Hi.
Hi. Hit my ribs, Thank you.
I've never had dinner with a patient before. I don't like to mix business and pleasure.
Well, you remember I was discharged from the hospital. I think your streak is intact.
You know, my father was a policeman. Maybe that's why I like you.
Well, I'm not really a cop. I'm a private detective.
It's close enough. You know, it really has been a most enjoyable evening.
Yes, it has.
It doesn't have to end.
Houston.
Houston, Hoyt. Just got off duty. Stopped by your office hoping to catch you.
Well, what's the matter? Trouble?
Something we should talk about.
Why don't you stop by the beach house?
No. I've got to stop by the laundromat at 5th and Collins Street. Meet me there.
Chow time.
Well, I'll be there, all right? You know, this looks really good, Aaron, but, you know, I'm not going to have time to eat this. Something's come up, and I got to run.
Oh, but I had a big day planned for us. I thought I would call in sick, and then maybe we could go sailing and have lunch on Catalina.
I know, it is police business. I really do have to go. Come on, we better get dressed.
Lunch, later.
Well, I can't. I'm meeting with a client.
Oh, what about dinner?
I don't know, Aaron. I don't know what my time frame is.
Sorry, I'm being a little clingy, aren't I?
Well, just a little bit. It is flattering.
Morning, Mr. Houston.
Hello, Josh. How you doing?
Fine, sir. How are you?
Well, good. Thank you.
It's my pleasure, Mr. Houston. I always like to hold the door for a pretty lady.
Thank you. You're very sweet.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Good morning, Houston. Have you seen your messages yet? Bet you haven't. 2 are business and 4 are from, and I quote, Erin, the one who really loves you, unquote. She wants you to call her at the hospital.
She really said this over the phone?
Oh, yeah. I had to explain the 3rd message to Chris.
That's true, but I'd explain the last one to CJ.
Oh, never mind.
I've got a delivery here for Matt Houston. It's from the one who really loves you.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
CJ, what did I do to deserve all this?
Well, that was mentioned in her 3rd message. Something about your technique.
Oh,
Oh, come on. You love being smothered with all this attention.
CJ, it's not being smothered. It's being buried. I mean, you know what I mean. Did you ever wake up next to someone in the morning and realize they were a totally different person than they were the night before?
No.
Line 3, Houston, it's you-know-who, and she sounds upset.
Thank you. Hello.
Oh, Houston. Oh, thank God I found you.
Aaron, what's the matter?
Oh, it's my apartment. It's all torn up, and this man, I saw him following me.
Just settle down now. Relax. What I want you to do is lock yourself in. Don't open the door to anybody but me. I'll be there as soon as I can.
What's happening?
CJ, Macklin's muscle must have followed me to Erin's place when I dropped her off this morning.
Who?
Well, I'll tell you about it later. This is her address. Call Hoyt. Tell him to meet me there.
Yeah, get Lieutenant Hoyt, please.
Aaron?
Oh, Houston, you don't know how glad I am to see you. It was like this when I got home from lunch. And that man I told you about, he's been out there since I came home.
Must be one of Macklin's goons.
Well, you just stay put and keep your doors locked, right? Hey! Hey! You all right?
You just keep sending them, Macklin. I'll be ready.
Drop it! Make another move and you're a dead man. Now drop it.
We'll be in touch.
Mr. Houston, I'm sorry about the mix-up. We saw you with that gun and...
Well, don't worry about it. I'm just glad you didn't pull the trigger. Let me talk to you for a minute.
Sure.
You think Macklin's men had anything to do with it?
I wouldn't rule it out. Why go after her? Anyway, you make sure that you change the locks on the door. And if Frank guys come up with anything, I'll be in touch with you.
Thank you.
You take care, okay?
Thank you. I can't believe this is happening.
Don't worry, Aaron. They'll find out who did this.
No, I want you to find out. I want to hire you.
Well, this is police business, Aaron.
No, I don't want the police. Their uniforms, they upset me.
Well, I thought you said your daddy was a policeman.
Yes, he was. He was killed in the line of duty in New York several years ago.
Well, I'm sorry, I didn't know that. I'll look into it. I'll see what I can do, all right?
One other thing, Houston. Macklin, the guy you shot at the Greek Theater, turned state's evidence.
All right, thanks, Hoyt.
Problems?
Yeah. Hoyt just blew my Macklin revenge theory all to hell. He turned state's evidence.
Meaning there were never any hitmen.
Yeah, he must have been just waving them in my face to scare me. Another interesting point, though. Turns out that nothing was missing out of Aaron's apartment. Yeah. No signs of forced entry.
Somebody had a key.
Yeah. Yeah, Hoyt figures probably an old boyfriend.
Looking for something?
Well, my beach house key.
Houston, you are always losing that key. It's the third time this month.
Second time.
Here it is.
Where you found it?
It's your backup. I think you've lost your spare.
Yeah.
Okay, what now?
Well, I'm gonna go to hospital and see if I can come up with some answers.
Okay.
Well, I've always found Nurse Brown to be competent, not outstanding, but she does know hospital procedure.
Yeah, well, can you think of any reason why someone might have a grudge against her?
Grudge? No, not really. Of course, she's only been with us a short time, so I really haven't had much of a chance to get to know her.
Any idea where she worked before she came here?
Well, I should be able to tell you, but the darndest thing, her file seems to be missing. Look, the central computer will tell us. ERINBROW. That's very strange. Her file seems to be missing everywhere. Look, I'll talk to personnel and see if I can track it down for you.
Thank you.
Dr. Smith, call your office. Dr. Smith, call your office. Houston! What a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, listen, Aaron, you mind if I talk to you alone for a minute?
You could talk to me alone for as long as you like.
Listen, Aaron, I'm having some difficulty locating your records.
Records? What records? Where?
That's what I mean. I can't find anything. I mean, your file has disappeared.
What do you mean by checking up on me like I'm some sort of common criminal or something? I thought you were supposed to be helping me.
I am helping you. I mean, I need to know these things so I can find out who's trying to bother you.
That doesn't give you any right to dig into people's past and dish up lies and things that were better left off buried.
Just wait a minute now. What do you mean, past and lies?
Nothing. Nothing. I just... Oh, Houston, how do we ever get into this? I don't want to hire you. I just want to make love to you. Can we just forget this whole thing and go back to the way it was?
Aaron, this is what I'm talking about. I need to know that.
I'm sorry. Please, please, let's just forget this. Let's go back to my
Wait here a minute, would you? Hey, Come on, get up. Get up. I'm tired of playing games with you.
Please don't hurt me. Look, I never thought it'd end up like this.
That's what they all say.
No. Hey, you don't understand. We're brother, Gregory Brown. It was just a little game. I was doing her a favor.
Go on.
She wanted me to pretend I was after her so you'd protect her. So you'd stay close to her. She's crazy about you, man.
We'll see about that. Come on.
Dr. Bredfeld reports Dr. Marr in administration.
Is this your
Nurse
brother?
Bartlett called physical therapy on
Oh, great. Go on, get up. Go on.
I know what you're thinking. I only did it because I was afraid of losing you.
Do you realize he knocked the kid off his bicycle and broke his arm? Worse than that, 2 cops with very shaky hands arrested me. They could have blown my head off.
Don't be mad. We love each other.
We love each other. Wait, Aaron, that's not what we have.
Please, don't say that. Can't we talk about this later?
No, we can't talk about this later. See, I don't think it's a good idea. I don't want to see you. I don't want you to call me. I don't want to see you again. Do you understand that?
Takes a man's hand and the caring. Yes, missy, I promise you, my keys will work, you betcha. Original here, and the duplicate to your apartments.
Thank you. Actually, it's to my boyfriend's beach house.
Oh.
Sure appreciate it. Bye.
Thank you.
Mr. Houston?
Houston, I'll get back to you. How's the old guy doing?
Well, it doesn't look good.
Oh, stuff like that. 20 years and I still can't get used to it.
Have you got any leads?
I thought you already knew. You made a statement before we went into surgery. I'm afraid we got to pick up your girlfriend.
What do you mean, girlfriend?
Erin Brown, your nurse friend.
Oh, wait a minute. Hoyt.
Hoyt, that's not possible.
Yeah, I mean, whoever did this to Josh, that's the work of a psycho.
He made a positive ID.
I'm sorry.
Listen, we've got to find her.
Already posted to APB.
She's got to be a very sick woman. C.J., look, I want you to check all the mental institutions, see if they've ever treated her. In the meantime, I want to talk to your friend, Dr.
Osgood, departmental shrink?
Yeah, that's the one. How soon can I see him?
Roundabout lines. Take that long to round him up. Okay, see you later.
Well, from what you told me, Mr. Houston, your lady friend is suffering from an obsessional mania.
Doc, you want to run that by me again, in English?
Well, she's built up an imaginary relationship with Mr. Houston. One that she uses to escape her loneliness.
Well, I don't know, Doc. I mean, the way she attacked Josh. I mean, when I first met her, she seemed so...
Normal.
Yeah, normal.
Well, it's not as extraordinary as you might think. She's a classic schizophrenic with homicidal tendencies. You know, I'd love to observe her if you ever get to pick her up. Might make an interesting chapter for a book I'm working on.
We hope to oblige.
Anyway, thank you for lunch. Hey, Lieutenant.
Houston, thank you. Well, listen, have you had any luck picking her up? Any leads at all?
I don't think she's coming back. Most of her clothes are gone.
Well, what about the brother?
Nothing so far.
Oh, that's great. We can't find him. We got no records on her. I mean, who the hell is this Aaron Brown?
Houston, for you.
Thank you, Heidi. Yeah. Right, C.J., listen, we'll be right there. I think you better come with me.
C.J. got something on Aaron Brown?
More or less, yeah.
She isn't Aaron Brown, but this is. Or rather was. She's been dead for about a year.
What?
The real Aaron Brown was a nurse working at a mental institution in upstate New York. She was found murdered, repeatedly stabbed by an escaping patient.
I would hate myself for asking this question, but do we have a picture of the escaped patient?
Meredith Brown. That's her name. Same last name, but no relation. Very interesting girl, Houston. The doctor at the institution told me that when she was making her escape, she threw a 6-foot orderly through a plate glass window, and she gouged out the eyes of another one.
Do we have any information on her brother?
Yes, but he's not her brother.
That makes sense. Why should he be any different?
His real name is Greg Johnson. He's an orderly at the hospital where Aaron works. The brother-sister act is to justify their spending a lot of time together. The hospital administrator thinks they've been stealing drugs and having a high old time.
Houston. Telephone.
Thank you. Yeah.
Houston? Oh, it's so good to hear your voice.
Aaron? Aaron, where are you?
Oh, Houston, I'm so sorry. I guess I got carried away. You know I could never hurt you.
Yeah, of course, Aaron. I know that. Listen, if you just tell me where...
And that guard, the poor man. I feel so bad. It was really just a little misunderstanding.
I believe you, Aaron. Yeah, I do. Listen, why don't we just get together and we'll work the whole thing out.
And you're not mad at me?
I'm not mad at you, Aaron. How can I be mad at you, huh? Come on. Now, when can we meet?
The zoo. The African Plaza.
I'll be there.
Houston, I love you.
I love you too, Aaron.
I'll round up my men.
Gotta go alone, Hoyt.
Houston, this is police business. She's wanted for murder.
She's a very sick lady, Hoyt. She hates uniforms. If she sees one, she's gonna run.
I'll use plainclothesmen.
And we better keep them out of sight, because if we lose her this time, we may not get a second chance.
The ladies late, boys and girls. Don't any of you fall asleep out there. Keep your eyes open. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. She kept her date after all. She's just passing the orangutans.
All right, everybody, just stay nice and calm, all right?
Stay close now. I'm gonna get her all the way to Houston. She stopped. What happened? Houston, what's going on?
Something's wrong. She's just staring at the kid with the radio.
Nobody panic. Come on, Aaron, baby. Just keep on walking.
What happened?
You blew it, CJ. Some kid picked up our stakeout chatter on his radio. She heard it, she spooked, and she ran. We couldn't get close to her.
Oh, great.
Hey, listen, did you come up with anything?
Yes, I found Erin's institution records. She didn't lie to you about everything, Houston. Her father was a policeman, but he didn't die in the line of duty. He died in a prison.
Why was he in prison?
Molesting children. His own.
Look, why don't you just go on home and get a good night's sleep, all right?
What are you gonna do?
I'll stick around here. Maybe she'll try and contact me again.
Hello. Hello, Miss Parsons. I talked to you on the phone the other day. I hope I didn't wake you.
No, you didn't.
Normally, I'm not the type to, call the, other woman, but, I thought in our case I'd make an exception.
I'm not sure that I follow you.
I'm talking about you and Houston. My Houston. I should have realized earlier why our relationship was in trouble. But then I would be the last to know, wouldn't I?
Erin, listen to me. There is nothing between Houston and myself but...
That's, what Nurse Brown said at the institution. She tried to come between my doctor and me. But I showed her. Just like I'll show you.
Aaron, where are you?
Maybe I'm outside your window. Watching you. I begged him not to leave. What we had was beautiful. But then you came between us.
Aaron.
Don't you dare interrupt me. You'll pay for this. You both will. If I can't have him, no one will.
Aaron. Aaron? Aaron?
Get out of here. Yeah.
Houston, are you all right?
Yeah, I guess so, CJ.
Listen, I have just had the most terrifying phone call from Erin. She threatened to kill me, and she said that if she couldn't have you, nobody could.
Yeah, I got the same message.
If you want information on Aaron, meet me at 3841 Highfield Street alone. Gregory Brown.
You gonna tell Hoyt?
Well, not just yet. I don't want to take a chance of cops scaring him off, too. Head back to the office, and I'll get back to you.
Easy. Easy, boy. It's all right. It's all right. It's a good boy. Go on, go on. I love you.
Houston. You call off the search party for Greg Brown. He's dead. Yeah, I found him at 3841 Highfield. Listen, I'll wait for you here, huh?
Houston! Good morning.
Darling, he wanted me to go back to the institution. But then I couldn't have you. Now can you see how much I love you? I'll never let anyone come between us. Not him, not her either. All my love, Aaron.
Not her either. CJ.
She's here, Houston. We're both here.
We're waiting for you.
Just listen to me for a minute, Aaron, please.
No.
You listen to me. If you want to see her again, I suggest you come alone.
You know how I feel about uniforms.
Aaron, just let me talk to you, all right? Aaron. Aaron.
If you just have recognized how deep our love was. I tried to talk to you, remember?
You're going to kill me, aren't you?
It's nothing personal. I want you to know that. It's just... he has to see how much I love him. And how I do anything for him.
Aaron, don't!
I thought you said you loved me.
There's really nothing more anyone can do. She slipped into this catatonia shortly after she was brought in. It's not that uncommon of an occurrence, especially after the kinds of emotional trauma she's gone through.
You think she'll ever get over this?
Not likely. I think she'll probably spend the rest of her life the way you see her now. Such a waste.
Yes, it is.
That's real nice, Miss Bailey, but I tell you what, see, you're not really following through with your backhand.
Which is precisely why I hired the best instructor on staff here, Mr. Garrett. Houston, we've been here for 2 weeks. Now, I love my vastly improved overhead smash, but I sure hope we wrap this up soon.
Well, CJ, you don't just set a trap and expect to catch a world-famous jewel thief overnight.
Well, I hope my medical insurance covers tennis elbow.
Me too.
Well, thank you. We're very proud of it. Southern California Club #1, home base for our expanding hotel operations and the magazine.
Club #2 is under construction as we speak on Maui, and with any luck, it'll be ready for next year's contest.
Maui. I don't know about you girls, but I'm definitely entering next year's contest, too. So am I.
CJ, get a hold of hotel security and tell them our man has taken the bait.
This is all so very exciting, and you beautiful women so perfectly typify what we here at Southern California Club are working so hard to do.
Hold it, Amon. I said hold it, Amon.
Sorry, stay down.
Chief Powers, meet Henry Almond, world-famous jeweler thief.
Presenting the Chapman collection. By the way, Lieutenant Hood and the city police are on their way here now.
Good.
Take him to the office and hold him until the police get here. Nice job, Houston. But I still say Nikki is wasting her money having you here. I could have caught Amont if I'd had the chance.
Oh, there's no doubt about it.
Tell me something. How did you know Amont would strike today?
Oh, it's very simple. CJ's going on vacation.
What?
A vacation to Acapulco.
If Amon had stolen those jewels, it would have blown my airline reservation.
That's very disappointing.
Very.
Yeah, that's why we had to figure out a way to speed him up.
You see, Mrs. Chapman was scheduled to stay in town with her jewelry collection for one more month. Now, Henry Almont knew that, so he was biding his time. But last night at a dinner party, Mrs. Chapman decided to return to New York with her gem collection tonight.
It's exactly what I told her to say, and that would force Amon to make his move today.
Game, set, and match to Mr. Houston.
Adios, senorita.
Ah, gracias, senor. See you in 2 weeks.
Excuse me, miss. Listen, I just wanted to apologize for that collision earlier today. I hope you're all right.
Oh, I'm fine. A little shaky. People firing guns does that to me.
Yeah.
I'm Sandy. Sandy Marlowe.
Sandy, it's a pleasure. Matt Houston.
Well, you make a wild first impression, Mr. Houston.
Well, it might have something to do with the fact that I'm really not a tennis pro at all. See, I happen to be a private detective.
You wouldn't kid me, would you?
I know. I mean, not at all. I really am a private. So are you sure you're all right?
Maybe this is crazy, but... Mr. Houston, would you be available to have dinner with me tonight? I guarantee it would be strictly business. I mean, I'll pay the bill.
There's strictly business, huh?
Yeah, sort of.
Sort of. Well, you know, I tell you, I just came off of a long case, and I got quite a bit.
I should have known better than to ask.
Well, now, hold on, Sandy. Listen, well, you didn't quite let me finish back there. You see, I might not be ready to jump into a business meeting, but I would very much love to buy you dinner. And if during the course of that dinner the conversation changes to what's bothering you.
Thanks. 8 o'clock?
That'd be fine. Thank you. Now, you were talking about the girl in New York.
Janice. She's the one that first started talking about this maniac thing.
Now, Janice, was she also a centerfold?
Was. That's just it. Janice was Miss January, but she dropped out of the contest.
Go on.
Well, we just finished a 10-city promo tour plugging the contest when this maniac thing supposedly happened in New York, in the hotel we were staying at.
Sandy, you've used words like supposedly and claim. Now, does that mean you really didn't believe Janice?
Yes and no. Janice has a far-out imagination, and sometimes she'd take things like acid and PCP. I I don't know. I don't know if somebody really attacked her or not.
Now, you believe her enough to be scared, don't you?
Well, wouldn't you be? I mean, I'm not the only one. I've talked to some of the other girls, and they're willing to come in with me. You know, to come up with enough money to hire you.
To find the so-called maniac, and if there is one, catch him.
Yeah, I guess. And for my money, you can start with that creep over there. He's turned up in almost every city on this tour.
Does this creep have a name?
Dumbreel, I think. He claims to be a reporter.
Excuse me. Mr. Dumbrell? Wait, no. Mr. Dumbrell.
You see what I mean? It's weird. It seems like no matter what city we're in, I can look up and I'll see his face in the crowd.
Sandy, has there been anybody else like him that's followed the tour from city to city?
Not that I know of. Not that isn't connected with the contest. What will you do first, if you'll take the case?
Well, first I have to determine if there really is a case. And the only one who can help me do that is the girl who saw the supposed maniac.
Janice.
Right. Now, I will get in touch with the contest officials. Maybe they can help me get a line on her.
You know, I feel better already.
CJ, thanks for coming back. I'm sorry about your Acapulco vacation. Could you hang on for a second?
Well, when I heard my name being paged at LAX, I had a feeling Montezuma would have to wait to take his revenge. Now, what's this I hear about a missing centerfold?
Well, maybe nothing, CJ. It just seems like she disappeared from New York, and I'm having a hard time tracking her down. She shouldn't be that hard to find.
What can I do for you?
I'd like you to go back to the office and do some homework. Okay? Put together a list for me of everybody that was connected to the New York contest prior to their arrival here yesterday. They all stayed at the same hotel in Barrington.
You got it. Where will you be?
I will be here. I'll have a little chat with the management, see if we can come up with a similar list. Thank you.
Thank you. To my husband, may his new Broadway show rise to the heights and remain there forever.
Dina, you have to start with the booze so early.
It's much less harmful than that stuff you put up your nose. Besides, who's paying all the bills? Did Variety print your story?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they printed it. They buried it on page 19.
Orson, it has been quite a while since your big hit play. Perhaps they thought it was just another of your publicity stunts.
Why? Because I cast a centerfold in the lead?
Question is, can your star of tomorrow even win this centerfold contest?
She has to. Well, I mean, Gilda's a natural. She has something very special. She could be another Hepburn, Bergman. She's got it all.
Hi, here's Sandy Marlin. I'm Lenny Dumbrell.
Look, I know who you are. Just stay away from me, huh?
You can't talk to a member of the press that way.
Press? You're a weirdo who hangs out at beauty contests.
I'm a freelance photojournalist.
Who's never had one story published. Now leave me alone or I'm gonna call security.
Yeah, it won't be necessary. I believe the lady asked you to leave.
Thank you.
Man certainly knows how to make an exit, doesn't he?
Now listen, I've got quite a few friends on the police force, and they're all trying to find out exactly who he is, so don't worry about it.
Did you find Janice?
Not yet. Now, she left New York 2 days ago, but so far she hasn't showed up at home. But just don't worry about it. We're going to find her.
I really feel safe when you're around.
Okay, now, honey, that's it. Here, Sandy, baby, you're up.
I gotta go.
Oh, let's see. You have time for a drink, lady?
Meet me in the bar in an hour. Make that a half hour.
Sandy?
All I can say is this wasn't my fault. If that girl thought she was in trouble, she should have told me. I could have protected her.
Who are you?
Powers, Chief of Security.
Lieutenant White. I want a list of every guest in this hotel, also every employee.
Well, I don't know. That could take a lot of time. I'm a busy man. I mean, that could take a couple of hours.
No, it won't take a couple of hours. I don't have a couple of hours. That dead girl doesn't have a couple of hours. I want that list fast. 20 minutes tops. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
What a stinking world. Butchery, lipstick, graffiti. What the hell are you doing here, Houston?
I was trying to be on hand when they're stuffing one of my clients in a body bag.
That dead girl was one of your clients?
You see, she hired me to find out if there was a maniac stalking her.
Houston, are you all right?
Yeah, I'm just thinking, CJ. Trying to sort things out a little bit.
It wasn't your fault.
You trusted me, CJ.
And you did everything you could.
Did I? She was scared, now she's dead.
Houston, her best friend is here, the girl you wanted to talk to. She's waiting for you in the office.
I'll be in a minute.
Okay.
Sandy never admitted it, but she hated this Cinephobe stuff.
Well, then why did she stay in it, especially after Janice told her about a maniac and dropping out?
That's easy. Fame, money. The winner of this contest makes $100,000. That's what I call a lot of motive.
Yeah. Now, so we've got several possibilities here. One being that the girl who dropped out of the contest was right, that there really is a full-blown loony out there.
Or somebody's taking advantage of the maniac rumors and killing these girls for the prize money.
Yeah. Listen, one of the reasons why I asked you here, we want to ask you a couple of questions. Now, is it safe to say that Sandy was a favorite to win the contest?
Well, everybody sort of thought that the contest was between two girls, Sandy and Gilda Rivera.
Certainly see why she's a top contender.
She's a beautiful girl. And she's very talented. She's co-starred in a couple of films, and she's just been signed to star in a Broadway play.
Mr. Houston, Eric Jason's on the phone for you.
Thank you, Chris. Houston.
Nikki wants to see you at the conference room in the hotel. She says it's very important. It has something to do with the murder.
I'm on my way. Listen, well, I have to run off right now, but is it possible that maybe you could stick around here? CJ needs to ask you some questions. We want to try and get a line on everybody connected with the contest.
Sure.
Thank you.
You know, Houston, you and I are an awful lot alike. Shakers and movers. Pulled ourselves up by the proverbial bootstraps. Became conglomerates. There's one thing I don't understand, though. Why did you give up your empire to become a detective?
Well, I guess my priorities changed. I suddenly realized making money was not the end all.
I'm beginning to wonder if it isn't time for my priorities to change. This centerfold contest, the international telecast, my fast budding chain of hotels, they all seem so terribly important to me. Before I got this telex. It's addressed to you. Apparently you've been making inquiries, but my hotel manager thought I should see it first. It concerns Janice Fields, the centerfold who claimed that a maniac was out to kill all 12 of the girls and withdrew from the contest. She's dead. She never even made it out of New York. A janitor found her body in the hotel basement. She'd been dead for 2 days.
She was stabbed to death. With a knife, the same way Sandy was. Janice was Miss January. Sandy was Miss February. That means the killer is working chronologically. Now, who is Miss March?
Oh, Miss March, Gilda Rivera.
What room is she in?
Oh, I don't know. I can't think.
Well, you've got to think. We don't have time.
It's 602.
602.
Andy, Janice, and now Gilda. All stabbed to death. Janice was right. She said he threatened to kill all 12 of us. Well, the score's 3 down and 9 to go.
Debbie, for God's sakes, will you shut up?
I don't want to shut up. I want out of this contest now and alive. And you'll all go with me unless you want to stay here and die.
I'm with Debbie. This has gone
Ladies,
far.
please, just listen to me for a minute. Now, the worst thing in the world you can all do right now is panic. Now, even more dangerous is this notion of you all packing up, pulling up stakes, and heading home unprotected.
What makes you think so?
The late Janice Fields makes me know so. You see, she dropped out of the contest, and she headed for home, but it didn't take her off the killer's hit list.
Now, you do have a point there.
Yes, but with all due respect to Houston, you may be wrong.
Val, don't you understand? It doesn't make any difference where you and all the other girls are. You're all centerfolds. You all did appear in Nikki's Southern California Club magazine.
So what you're telling us is that the contest itself has nothing to do with the killing his motives? I mean, that he's going to try to kill us regardless?
There is a very strong possibility.
But what do you recommend, Houston?
I say we all stick here. Just be calm. Use the buddy system. Travel in pairs. Just don't go anywhere by yourselves.
It does make sense.
Now, Lieutenant Hoyt is on the phone right now. He's going to have security men here around the clock.
Oh, great. Great, but there's still no guarantee, right?
Guarantees are a little hard to come by. But we have all got the best police protection. We've all got common sense. Now, if we use it, we're all going to be just fine. Ready when you are, CJ.
Oh, I was ready about 20 minutes ago and it was still only 5 o'clock in the morning. Now, I punched in the key players who were in New York when Janice was killed. Starting with Nikki Sheffield. She began as an actress, apparently a very good one. Then she became a one-woman conglomerate when she started the Southern California Club.
Not to mention her Southern California Girly magazine.
She also managed to get herself in hock to the IRS for $3 million. Now, I checked that out, and her empire is in jeopardy. But she can get out of hock if she has a blockbuster rating on the centerfold telecast.
You mean pay TV?
Nikki will receive a fixed sum of money for every household that tunes in, and the telecast will be worldwide.
CJ, that's a pretty cold-blooded thought. I mean, to kill 3 centerfolds just to increase your audience, you know, publicity reasons, hype.
Well, here's Eric Jason, photographer.
It's also Nikki Sheffield's right arm. From what I have seen and heard, if Nikki ever got in trouble, he could probably...
Kill for her.
Right. Who's next?
Orson and Dina Lowe. He's the Broadway producer, and she's the bottled and bond spouse. Now, he's the man who wanted to take Gilda Rivera, the last victim, and make her into a Broadway star.
Well, CJ, it sounds to me, I mean, losing his star and all makes him more of a victim than it does suspect.
Maybe. Last but not least, Lenny Dumbriel. He's the self-proclaimed freelance reporter who's actually a beauty contest groupie.
Sounds like an expensive hobby. How's he do it?
Once a month, his parents send him a 4-figure check to stay out of their lives.
Greater love hath no parent, huh?
He's very, very bright, high IQ, and a social misfit. A good word for him would probably be weirdo.
What else does our friend do besides be a professional girl watcher?
Well, now, don't get mad, Houston, but I saved the best for last. This is the dessert. It came in about a half hour ago. Dumbriel, besides being a weightlifter and indulging in a smattering of satanic worship, is also a Charlie Manson groupie.
CJ, you know this for a fact?
Watch this. Look like someone you know?
Well, it could be Dumbriel.
How can you be so skeptical? Look at this.
CJ, get a hold of Lieutenant Hoyt.
Well, don't go so fast. That was just a teaser. Houston, be careful. He was in a mental institution.
You blew it, Houston. You really blew it. Now we gotta catch that crazy the hard way, if we can find him.
Well, all we have to do is come up with some solid evidence. You have any luck?
Only the murder weapon with Dumbrill's prints all over it. Showed up in New York, in the hotel where Janice Fields cashed in. Dried blood all over the weapon. A perfect match.
Yeah, well, maybe I did blow it. All we have to do now is find him before he strikes victim number 4.
All right. Sealed off the resort perimeter. That means our suspect is all boxed in. Harrison, I want you to take your men and begin a sweep of the grounds. Move it out. No civilians, Houston. Get on back to your hotel room.
No, wait, I'm going with you. There's not a thing you can do to stop me. You see, I'm good, I am trained, and I am partly responsible for that murderer still being out there. More important, I do not want to live the rest of my life with murder number 4 on my conscience. Now, you just sent all your men off. You go out now, you go out alone, no backup. The way I figure it, you need me.
Well, I see we made it in time.
In time for what?
Manhunt. Lieutenant, me and my men are at your disposal.
Powers, I want you and your men to go back where you came from and stay the hell out of this.
But these are the cream of the crop.
It's more like a lynch mob to me.
Well, from what I've seen, you guys need all the help you can get.
Go home, Powers. This is strictly varsity action.
I totally disagree. You know, you might have sold me that bill of goods earlier, Lieutenant, before 3 of my girls were brutally murdered.
Nikki, I strongly recommend that everybody does exactly what Lieutenant Hoyt tells them to.
This guy's got to be caught, Houston.
All right, now hear this. I don't have time to stand here and debate. But if anybody, repeat, anybody in this group in any way interferes with any officer in his course of duty, you're gonna find yourself behind bars.
Powers, get going.
Yes, ma'am. Don't you worry about a thing. Let's go.
can back me up, Houston.
Well, I don't think we need to get that severe.
Let's go.
Don't move, Jabril! Police! Do what he says, Lenny! Fire!
Cease fire, you idiots! I believe he's gonna make it. No thanks to this lynch mob. Get him to the hospital right away. Disarm every one of them, read them their rights, and book them on attempted murder.
Hold it, Lieutenant. Drumbill fired first. We only returned his fire.
Damn it, Powers, he didn't even have a gun.
Somebody fired that shot.
Who cares? We got the killer.
Do we?
I want to talk to you. See you later, Houston.
Are you positive of that? Thank you very much. CJ, I think I just figured out who killed the 3 centerfolds.
Dumbrell. Newspaper's saying you're a hero, Houston.
Papers were wrong, CJ, just as wrong as all the people who said Lenny Dumbrell fired the first shot when he didn't even have a gun.
Well, there's a lot of undergrowth in that area. The police assume they'll find a gun eventually.
Sure they will, as soon as the real killer plants one there.
Houston, what are you thinking?
CJ, it's just too easy, too pat. Lenny Dumbrell is the perfect fall guy. I mean, think about it. He's a loner, devil worshiper, Charles Manson groupie. He followed the centerfolds everywhere they went.
So you think he was set up?
I'm almost positive. I mean, think about it. It would be easy enough to lift Lenny's fingerprints off of an object and place them on that knife. Just as easy, somebody could have placed that roll of undeveloped film, the film of Sandy's body, in his camera bag.
Keep going, Houston. I think you're on a roll.
CJ, the phone call I just took. Now, I've been doing some checking the killer wouldn't have expected us to do. I checked into the backgrounds of the 3 dead centerfolds.
And?
Well, it turns out the last victim, Gilda Rivera, she had a background in half, including a very highly illegal way of making money, and it's called blackmail. It seems that she would lure Hollywood producers into compromising positions, then secretly take lurid photographs, then exchange those photographs for parts in their next movies.
So she developed higher aspirations and decided to become a Broadway star.
That's when she zeroed in on Lowe. She boxed him in. She threatened to ruin his marriage if he didn't star in his next production. But Lowe knew that she'd never make it to Broadway because she'd be far too dead.
So Lowe killed Gilda to preserve his marriage.
And his wife's $20 million.
Then who killed Sandy and Janice?
A man who wanted the world to believe that there was a maniac on the loose.
Phone for you, Mr. Lowe.
Thank you. Yes, Orson Lowe.
Yes, I'm a friend of Gilda's.
Who's this?
I'm the person who's in possession of the negatives featuring you and Gilda Rivera. Very interesting stuff, Mr. Lowe. I'm aware of the fact that those negatives are valuable. But because I have a little cash flow problem, I'll mark them down to $10,000 just for you.
$10,000? I don't carry that kind of cash around with me.
Well, that's why they invented banks, Mr. Lowe. 1 hour, all cash. Meet me at the tramway. By the way, I'm the one who won't be wearing a carnation.
Thanks for being punctual.
Just exactly who are you? And how did you get those negatives?
First, the money.
The negatives.
Right there, Lo.
Houston! How'd you know it was me?
Well, I didn't really know for sure until you showed up here. Question. Why'd you kill 3 girls just to silence one blackmailer when you could have killed your wife and inherited $20 million?
That has been my problem all along. I guess Dina knew if she ever put me in her will, it'd be like committing suicide.
You mean to tell me you killed 3 girls just to protect your meal ticket?
Yeah, I guess that was a little selfish, wasn't it?
Sirens are coming here, Lo. Would you throw down your gun, or are we gonna have to play hardball?
All right. I said I was selfish, not crazy. You know, Mr. Houston, what I didn't say was I could never survive in prison.
Houston, come on! My plane leaves in 20 minutes.
Be there in a minute, CJ.
Acapulco, sun, margaritas, bachelors, good stuff.
Nobody deserves a 2-week vacation more than you do, CJ, so let's hit the smoggy blue for LAX.
Okay. Don't do it, Houston. No.
Houston. Yeah. I will. CJ, that's some good news and some bad news.
Don't tell me, Houston.
Well, now, wait. The good news is that you still get your 2 weeks of fun in the sun. The bad news, however, is I'm not real sure when you're going to get it. See, now, we just got a nifty case. There's this business tycoon. Now, he's been arrested for killing...
Anastasia?
What are you doing in here?
Oh, I'm sorry, darling. I just wanted a little peace and quiet and the door's open.
It was? It's not supposed to be. We're ready to leave. You are going to the cocktail party, aren't you?
Of course.
We'll go out over the ocean and drop a little shark bait en route.
Wonderful.
CJ, keep them coming.
Hey, you're not surprised. Nice work, CJ.
Thank you, Boss Houston. I couldn't get the documents. There wasn't any time. We must get them.
And she's right. CJ, take it back down.
Take it down now? Are you crazy?
CJ, cut the engine. Make it look like we've been hit.
Got him! Come on. What's the combination?
7 left, 14 right, 6 left, 8 right.
They're coming back.
All right, hang around, CJ, would you?
Fish cake.
Inspector McFadden here.
This is Murdoch.
Yes, sir, Mr. Murdoch.
Unless I'm mistaken, some undercover agents from your department just paid me a visit.
What are you talking about?
Undercover agents. Specifically, a maid has been working for me for 2 months. Another woman who claims to work for a large garment manufacturer in New York and I've been dating for 3 weeks. And a man who commandeered my helicopter. Now, the bottom line is they broke into my safe and made off with the latest list of illegal aliens we just brought in.
What are you going to do?
Me? Nothing. For starters, I always keep my books in code. It'll take them months to break it. And when they do, well, I've been a lawyer long enough to know those books were taken illegally. They'll never be admissible in court. There's only one chance they've got. That's to find somebody to testify against us. Now, that's where you come in. The last batch of illegals we brought in. Well, you send them back. Fast.
Consider it done, sir.
Houston, I'm going to fire up Baby and change something comfortable first.
Later on getting comfort from CJ here.
We've got to break Murdoch's code before he can have his man back to Mexico.
I figure we've got about 2 hours to find those illegals. All we have to do is find the one rotten apple in the barrel.
Yeah, the barrel being the Immigration and Naturalization Services.
We at INS have had no luck finding this rotten apple. That's why we hired you.
But you're sure Murdoch is running illegal aliens between here and Chicago?
Definitely. We just can't prove it. Nor can we determine which INS official's on Murdoch's payroll. I think we've already run out of time.
Yo, CJ, did you come up with anything on the records?
No rotten apple names, Houston, but Baby has decoded a list of Mexican names with companies next to them.
The illegals and where they were brought to work in order to pay off their passage from Mexico to Los Angeles.
Well, now, those are the people we need to get testimonies from about being smuggled in. The same people that Murdoch is going to try and ship out before we can get to them.
So I think I've got something here. It could be the last location. It's a place named Brady's.
I know it. It's in the garment district.
Let's go.
Please stay where you are. Officers will be checking identification and green cards. Por favor, no se muevan. Los diputados quieren ver su identificación y tarjetas verdes. No hay por qué apurarse, solo quédese donde están.
Vincent, I think I'm going to roust him out of Brady's by myself. Buenos dias, ladies. Time to pay the piper. Everybody outside for a little green card inspection. Pronto!
Oh, no! Not again!
It's your lucky day, Brady. Some of these fortunate ladies are going to win an all-expense-paid trip back to Mexico.
Come on, how do you expect me to turn a profit? You keep coming in here cleaning me out.
Think of it as incentive. If you'd hire some people from the good old U.S. of A., we'd probably leave you alone.
You kidding? I'd have to pay union wages that'd bankrupt me in a week.
Hey, Sirrah. Whoa, wait a minute. What do we got here? What's your name, little senorita?
Look, Corey, I got 2 weeks' worth of back orders on the machines. Just give me a couple of lousy days, huh?
No can do, Brady.
But what are you doing, Corey?
I think this little senorita's got a concealed weapon. I'm going to have to search her. What are you staring at, boy? Who are you going to tell, boy? Your mama? Huh?
Inspector McFadden! God, what did you do?
She's illegal. So's this one. They tried to jump me out here. Can you believe that? Hardly more than kids. There was a third one, but he got away. He had a knife. But I got these two.
Corey. The poor girl.
Oh, boy, you want to keep your job? You gotta learn how to play ball with the man that signs your efficiency reports. Mainly me. Now you get her out of here. That one, too.
Yes, sir.
What could I do, huh?
INS.
Oh, wow. Siéntese, por favor, siéntese. Oh, boy. Bad enough you guys come and clean me out in the middle of my busiest week. Now you gotta go and take him away before I could even hire him and get any work
Well,
out of him.
just take it easy. Mr. Brady, I just need to ask you some questions. Now, where did you get the employees that were deported today?
Not on your life. Now, I got a rush order due on Friday. I ain't had any lunch, and I got a lot more ladies to interview, okay? So if you'll excuse me. Next! Who's next?
There's nothing more we can do now. Murdoch slipped the noose again.
Houston, you know Mrs. Estrada.
Oh, por favor, Senor Houston, please help me. My son, my Tony, he's disappeared.
Well, just take it easy, Maria. Cálmese.
You know this lady?
Yes, Maria has a fast food truck across the street from the office. They've known each other a long time.
Please, you must help me.
We'll help you, whatever it takes, all right?
Mr. Houston, you're busy. I'll take a taxi.
Thank you. Please, follow me this way. I found this ball, his soccer ball. Oh, I am so afraid.
Well, just calm down and tell us what happened.
My son, my Tony, once a week he goes to the hospital to pick up his medicine. It's not very far from here. He always comes this way, but today...
Just tell us, how long has he been gone?
Oh, over 5 hours. I called the police, but they say they can do nothing for 2 days.
5 hours is a long time.
Well, not for a 15-year-old boy, Houston. He could be out playing ball.
CJ, you don't understand. Tony's a special boy. He's retarded and a diabetic.
The trip to the hospital is the only time that I allow him to go out by himself. It only takes him 20 minutes, even when he takes his ball to play with.
Where did you find his ball? Do you remember?
See, just follow me. I'll show you.
Who's next? Wait, one in the car. You come with me. Come this way.
This is where I found it. He would never willingly go anywhere without the ball.
Maria, do you have a snapshot of your son?
See, yes, of course. Here.
He's a nice-looking boy.
Thank you.
Houston, it might not be a bad idea to show this around the neighborhood, what with the confusion about the immigration roundup and all. You don't think that...
It's possible, CJ. Tony disappeared around noon, and that was the same time that they picked up a whole truckload of Mexican nationals. Is this what Tony went to the hospital to pick up?
See. Oh, my God.
What is it?
Tony's insulin, CJ.
Oh, I prayed he would still have it. He needs a shot every day. Without his shots...
Yes, I know. He'll go into insulin shock. I mean, we've got about 48 hours to find him. Or he'll die. Let's don't worry. We're going to find him, Mom. Please, I'm looking for Inspector Corey McFadden.
Well, I'm his deputy, Vincent Garcia.
Matt Houston.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Houston. What can I do for you?
Well, I tell you, I need some information about a sweep that took place earlier today. It was in the Garment District, a place called Brady's. I understand McFadden was in charge.
Mm-hmm. So?
Well, there's a boy. He disappeared about the same time, same area. I thought maybe one of the officers might have seen him.
Well, sir, we do make several sweeps in the course of a day.
Look, this is the boy. His name's Tony Estrada. Now, he had a soccer ball. He was wearing brown pants and a jersey with the stripes on the sleeve.
Well, like I say, we make several sweeps a day. Faces all sort of blur together.
Yeah, well, look, maybe I could talk to one of the other officers.
Well, you have to talk to Inspector McFadden about that. He's the boss, sir. I saw him talking down the hall with Commissioner Gershwin.
Do I make myself clear, McFadden? I mean, the party is over.
Sir, that bottle in my desk, I just forgot about that one. I mean, after our last...
Don't you con me, McFadden! I can smell the booze on you from here. You're a boozer. You're a bellyachor. And you're a bully. And you're no way a righteous officer. Now, I don't know how you made your way through the system. But if you step over that line one more time, just once more, you're out of here quicker than an MX missile. And you can kiss your pension goodbye.
Won't happen again, sir.
I hear just one more rumor that you're out of line. And you're gone. Now, don't you have work to do, mister?
Corey McFadden?
Who wants to know?
My name's Matt Houston. I'm a private investigator. I'd like to talk to you for a minute.
Shoot.
Okay, look, I'm looking for a lost boy. I understand you made a sweep earlier today in the garment district.
Oh, yeah, I guess we did. Why, you think, we picked up this boy by mistake?
Well, I know it's a little far-fetched, but isn't it possible?
No.
You can tell me that there's no chance...
What kind of brainless idiot you take us for down here, huh? We're damn careful, boy, considering what we're facing.
Listen, Tony Estrada is a very special case. The boy is retarded and a diabetic. Now, it's very possible that without his insulin, he could be scared, confused, act very similar to the aliens that you pick up.
Don't try to tell me my business.
I am not trying to tell you your business. I'm trying to find a handicapped boy.
No, I never seen him.
You're sure?
You deaf?
Listen, if you remember anything that might help me, I would appreciate it. This is where I can be reached. It's been a real pleasure.
This is Inspector Corey McFadden in L.A. I need to know what happened to that herd of aliens that we hauled out of the garment district noon today.
Now?
Yes, right now.
They'll be shipped out on a bus tonight at 10 o'clock.
Next.
You've got a choice. You can stay here and prove you're not an illegal alien, or get on that bus and go home to Mexico.
If you decide to stay and you can't afford an attorney, son, you speak English?
Soccer.
Soccer. Sure. You play soccer back home?
You'll take the bus.
CJ, I have checked every local, state, and federal halfway house, hospital, adoption agency. Nothing. I even checked the morgue.
Well, that brings us back to the INS sweep yesterday.
Yeah, it's the fact that Tony's running out of time.
Houston, you wanted me to get information on Corey McFadden. Now, what I found out is for 12 out of 15 years, he was a top-notch cop.
What happened the last 3 years?
Last 3 years, he went downhill. Absenteeism, maltreating the aliens, that sort of thing.
That's interesting. Well, a good man, after 12 years, had hit the skids.
Well, if you read between the lines, it's booze.
Maybe it's about time for me to have another chat with Inspector McFadden.
You think he'll give you any information?
Well, if he won't, I'll find somebody who will.
Private Detective Houston was back in asking questions.
So? We got nothing to hide, boy.
No. She's dead, Corey. The girl you... In the alley yesterday, I just got a phone call. You killed her.
All right. So she's dead. I told you it was self-defense. One of them pulled a knife.
It wasn't self-defense, it was rape. Besides, that young kid saw everything.
That kid is history. He's down in Mexico by now. Alone. Nobody knows him. And nobody, not even Houston's gonna be able to find him down here. It's like trying to find a needle in a haystack.
The boy's sick, Corey. He doesn't know what's happening to him. He's a kid. It's not right.
It's not right. I'll tell you what's not right. It's not right for them to come up here and take American jobs away from Americans. And not right to crowd our schools and to sponge off our welfare. And to mess with our women.
They're human beings, Corey. If you live like them, you try and make it across that border, too.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot. You're one of them, ain't you? Deputy Garcia.
That's right, Corey. And proud of it. My family was here long before the McFaddens ever left a potato patch in Ireland. Excuse me.
Don't do anything stupid, boy. You hear me, Garcia?
Excuse me, senor.
You got problems, amigo?
Matt Houston, please. Mr. Houston, this is Deputy Garcia, INS. I've been thinking and... Well, I've got something you'd like to see.
I'm on my way.
No, not now. My office tonight, 11 o'clock.
Okay.
Come in. You want to see you come?
No.
I should have talked to you before. Look, I just got out of the academy. I mean, McFadden's my boss, and you're not supposed to go over your boss's head, but this is different.
Do you have any information on the boy? Please, I'm running out of time.
You were right. We picked up the boy during the sweep of that neighborhood. It was McFadden. The kids saw him. There was this young girl. McFadden pulled her out into the alley, and he beat her up real bad. And I guess the kids saw what else he did to her. I mean, he would have killed him, too, if I wouldn't have come when I did.
What do you mean, too?
The girl is dead. McFadden had her shipped out. She was illegal. I checked on it, but... Man, she died before she got across the border. No one here knows about it yet.
Where is Tony now?
Probably Tijuana.
Well, whereabouts in Tijuana? I mean, a police station?
Bus drivers, they just dump him anywhere.
CJ, listen, Tony is in Tijuana. Find his mother and get his insulin for me, and I'll keep in touch, all right? Listen, I've got one more question. Why did they pick Brady's place that particular day for the raid?
That day, McFadden had made real careful plans for sweeping the valley. He gets this phone call, does a complete switch, and we hit Brady's.
Any idea who made that phone call?
No.
Does the name Murdoch mean anything to you?
No, afraid not.
I have a funny feeling it does to your boss. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Easy, easy. He's just taking himself a little siesta.
I had to tell him, Corey.
Yeah, I know you did, Vincent.
The boy's sick. He's gonna die unless...
Unless somebody finds him. I know he is, Vincent. And that is why nobody is gonna find him. Homicide, please. Homicide? This here is Inspector Corey McFadden over at INS. I want to report a murder.
Come off of it, Hoyt. I mean, I had as good a reason to kill Garcia as you did.
With one big difference. I wasn't found with the murder weapon in my hands. You were.
It is a frame. Take a look at the knot on the back of my head. If you want a good suspect...
Hey, get off the McFadden kick. The man has worked here for 15 years. Now, you trying to tell me he wakes up one morning and decides to kill his own deputy?
Have you taken a look at McFadden's record? The man is not what I would call an Eagle Scout.
So the man's had a few problems for the last 3 years.
Problems? That man raped a Mexican girl in the Garment District yesterday. Now, today she is dead. Garcia knew about it. Now, McFadden killed him and framed me for it. Now he's going to go after the only person that can link him to that killing.
The little Mexican kid you keep mentioning.
The little Mexican kid happens to be a U.S. citizen who's going to die unless we get him some medicine in a hurry, and he'd better not get to him first.
Look, Houston, the source for all your information just got wheeled out of here in a body bag. Now, that makes your story a little hard to check out.
It happens to be true.
Look at it from my point of view. I have a very dead body on my hands. A federal officer, no less. Now, I don't know what the hell's going on here, but it looks like that officer was killed with your gun.
That's super. It's just great. You're going to arrest me for the murder. Nobody goes looking for the boy, and he just dies.
I have procedures I have to follow. Fellas, I have to take you in.
Hey, I am a big boy. I can walk myself, all right?
How the hell could Houston get out? Yeah, all right. Well, thanks for telling me. Broken up about Vincent's murder, Commissioner. And honest to God, Henry, sir, all this murder business just got me turned around. I think I need some time off. I'm just too stunned to work.
Read it and weep.
Now, that's just great, CJ. I mean, Tony's got about 2 hours to live, and there's no way I'm going to get it past the Border Patrol now.
Houston, with publicity like that, you won't get past San Diego.
Well, CJ, you've got to stop practicing the power of negative thinking. Head for the airport.
Which one, San Diego or LAX?
Neither. Willie Conklin's.
Crazy Willie Conklin? You've got to be kidding.
No, CJ, I am desperate.
Okay.
She's turning, Lieutenant. Stay on the tail lines. Sooner or later, Miss C.J. Parsons will take us directly to Matt Houston. Houston's been with her all along.
I'm a little worried about letting you try it, Houston. I mean, I just put it together. I'm not even sure it's going to work.
Yeah, well, I haven't got much choice. I've about run out of options, Willie.
Hit it, Owens.
It's dead.
Yeah, and so is a 15-year-old boy if we don't get it going. Now, come on, Willie, help me out.
Unnecessary, Owens. And also against the law.
What's against the law?
Shooting Houston's out of season.
Shooting Houston's out of season?
American official with the Justice Department. I got the authority to ask you to help me capture this criminal, Houston, before he causes trouble in your country like he did in ours.
Lo siento, señor, pero no hablo inglés.
Look, I don't understand the lingo, amigo. If you ain't literate enough to speak English...
Por favor, espérate.
Well, maybe you ought to get somebody here who can speak it.
Oye, Lopez, phone the Border Patrol station at San Isidro and see if there's any truth in that loudmouth story, huh?
for. I might be able to help.
Listen, any help you could give me would be greatly appreciated.
I know this guy. He might be able to help you find who you're looking for.
You lead the way, amigo.
Tony!
Thank you. Now, listen, do you speak English?
Oh, I speak English very good, senor.
Yeah, well, listen, have you seen this boy? He was deported by our immigration services.
Sorry, not lucky. I've seen this one. But he could be around. He from Los Angeles?
Oh, yeah, he's a U.S. citizen. He doesn't know his way around here.
That's not good, senor. I mean, muchacho, he could be anywhere.
Listen, I've talked to everybody I can, and I can't seem to get a line on him. If there's any way you could help me, I'd greatly appreciate it. Take me to the soccer stadium. Wait here for me, all right? Tony? How you holding up, buddy? Okay, just take it easy. Buddy, you'll be just fine now.
End of the line, hombre.
How are you going to explain this one away, McFadden, huh?
It's Mexico. Don't make no difference, though. You're the fugitive from the law, and I'm the law.
What about the boy?
Get caught in the crossfire. Very sad. Tragic, in fact.
Señor! Señor, it's all over!
My ball! Don't you worry about your ball. We'll get you another one, okay?
Thanks to you, Mr. Houston. Murdoch's days of running illegals over the border are over.
I don't know how to thank you enough, Senor Houston. It's so good to have my Tony back home.
Oh, hey, Houston. Why didn't you tell me Tony here was a whiz at checkers?
Well, actually, that's Tony's second favorite pastime, which reminds me, I wonder where CJ is. Well, here she is now. Tony, I promised you a soccer ball, and I figured you could use a couple extras.
Here you go.
go.
Now you know why I don't permit shooting Houstons out of season.